Is that Shirley MacLaine? Annie, is that Shirley MacLaine? A lot of talented kids in this. You get the picture, people. It's a hard knock life. It's a hard knock life. So what prompted this video? Well, because, myriad times in the past I've had people, oh, why are you always telling us this, and why are you always picking on us, and can't we just be equal? Can't I be equal to you? Why are you talking down to me? And any number of things. There's a whole billion fucking scenarios I've had over the years. Of course I had shrinking violets and weak fucking turnips and all the rest of it. They come onto my channel and they think, what the fuck do they think? I don't know what they think. But this is the Awaken Brave boot camp, motherfuckers. It's a hard knock life. And there ain't no shortcuts, and there ain't no sympathy, and there ain't no love and compassion, and we're all fucking equal. Well, what's equal? I don't know what equal means. Other than 2 and 2 equals 4. I don't know what fucking equal means in the human being. What sort of potato ever coined that term that we're all equal? Born equal under God or some bullshit. What a crock of shit. The truth is, people, some of us are more equal than others. And that's the reality. And that's how it's always been. And so if you find yourselves in a delicate disposition and you're afraid of the big wide world, and when people talk a little bit gruffly, then you shrink within yourselves and you feel all intimidated and all that, that you want to grow and you want to try to get strong. Oh, goodness me. It doesn't sound like there's much hope for you, to be quite frank. I think Rupert Spira might be a better option. But for those of you that are here and are hanging around, well, you've probably made up your mind that Rupert Spira ain't the best option. And so you're sticking it through. Many people tell me that they find my videos very, very compromising. They're supposed to be compromising, people, because waking up isn't easy. It's not supposed to be easy. Fucking hell, if waking up was easy, everybody would be awoke, wouldn't they? And then we'd all be frustrated and fucking insecure and be looking for something else that we could be. If we're all awoke, well, what else is there? We're always looking for something else. Human beings are always looking for the bigger, better deal. That's our nature. That's what keeps us going forward and discovering things and inventing things and all the rest of it. So it's a hard knock life, and the Awaken Brave channel is no exception. I've lived a hard knock life. Mother suicided when I was 4, into care homes until I was 8, 9, something like that. Shipped around here, there, and every fucking where, different schools, different children's homes, and all that. And then growing up in a army camp, effectively. My household was an army camp, but it needed to be because we had a lot of kids, 11 brothers and sisters. I had, so there's 12 of us motherfuckers knocking around. It needed to be very regimented. We needed discipline. We needed to learn lessons. We needed to have respect and all the rest of it. And so you could say I went to a finishing school, and I learnt an enormous amount from my old man. Learnt about how to build and plumb and do woodwork and think and carry myself, operate, and who to trust, who not to trust, a whole bunch of stuff. I had a great teacher, and within our household I learnt an enormous amount of stuff about myself and about life and about how I should be, and the things that I should do, building my foundation as a solid human being who's going to be carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. That was my life. Many of you speak of not having that, and so what can I say? I don't know. I can't change the fucking past, people. And lots of you are thinking, yeah, well, I'm suffering anxiety and I'm depressed, and you know, I've not had that, and I've not got no discipline, and I'm lazy, and oh well, what can I say? I don't know what to say, people. You know, other than just listen to my videos. If it works for you, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Maybe it's not your bag. Maybe it is your bag. You see, the Awake and Brave channel is very unique in that you don't get this verbal kicking. You don't get this stiff talking to. You don't get told you muppets and muggles and pussies and faggots and shrinking violets and this, that and the other. You got to pull yourselves up by your own fucking bootstraps, and you got to man up and bitch up and all this different sort of stuff. Nobody else is telling their viewers that. God forbid they would lose a subscriber and someone would cancel their Patreon, and they wouldn't like them anymore, and they might write something mean in the comments. God forbid. Yeah. So the Awake and Brave breaks all those fucking parameters, and my method is entirely different. And so my method is the hard knock life. And if you've had a hard knock life, then you know what I'm talking about, and you're up for it, aren't you? That's why you're here. If you haven't had a hard knock life, and you're a bit of a shrinking violet, and you're all insecure and riddled with anxiety and depression, and you can't pull yourself towards yourself and all this, well, you doubtless you'll be sticking around for very long. You haven't got the stomach for it. So the fact of it is, people, waking up isn't easy. It's not supposed to be easy. Nothing's supposed to be easy. You know, life isn't easy, and if we want anything that's worth anything, we've got to work for it. We've got to put blood and fucking sweat to the grinding wheel, haven't we? We've got to learn all these lessons, and then when we come through and we've achieved something, we feel proud about ourselves. We feel accomplished. We feel solid. That's what it's about, people. So by the time you've got through months and years of my channel, you too will be feeling solid about yourselves if you've learnt any fucking thing. So, you know, we watch these movies. 1982, Annie. Hard Knock Life. It's kind of like Oliver Twist, you know, same sort of thing. In the old days, there were these workhouses where the kids would be working 12, 14, 16, 18 hours a fucking day. You know, literally 6 years old, 5 years old. They were all doing some fucking thing because the parents couldn't afford to just, well, they couldn't leave them alone in the home. They were all working. They had to bring them with them, so they may as well be fucking packing and wrapping some fucking thing. Chimney sweeping at 9, 10 years old or something like that. All these different sorts of things. We don't know we're born these days. And there's too many people that have slipped into apathy and feeling anxiety and depression. I swear it's because you got fuck all better to do. You got fuck all better to do with your life than feel sorry for yourself or just count your misgivings and all the rest of it. Because really, if you were working in the warehouse, you'd have no time for anxiety. You'd have no time for depression. You gotta fucking do it. You gotta scrape by, and you gotta live, and you gotta survive in a hard knock life. People dropping like flies these days, and governments are getting a real big problem. The British government, they're now trying to pass something through Parliament to address the massive amount of people they've got not working because they have anxiety, they're depressed, their tummy hurts, or they have earache, or what the fuck. You know, millions of them. And, you know, they're all reaping in the benefits from the government coffers. And lots of people have discovered that, well, seems like a good job. If you want to get a job, well, that might be a good job. Just talk about your earache all the time. Yeah, so the government's trying to be much more stringent in those areas. And Nigel Farage, the leader of the Alternative Party, what's his party called? Is it Alternative or some fucking thing like that? He will be inaugurated in 3 years' time when our Prime Minister, Stasi Starmer, either dies, is killed, or some fucking thing, or just runs his course. But Nigel Farage is speaking about we've got to change the mentality of the British psyche. All these people with anxiety, what the fuck's gone wrong with our society? Something's gone very, very wrong. We've got to build up something worth living for that gives people something, some substance. So like in the old days, working down the coal mines, working in the quarries, you know, digging dikes and fucking canals and all this stuff. You know, males were involved in hard labour in the Industrial Revolution and all that. It's all too soft and pussyfooted these days, and it's full of these liberalists fucking wankers that just want to bring the humanity down to the lowest denomination, and we should all just be considerate and compassionate for the lowest denomination of any given fucking freak. Yeah, but Nigel Farage is going to turn things around and make things much more macho and get people standing up and feeling, you know, a little bit accomplished about some fucking thing. I don't know how they're going to do it. But you know, what does the future hold when now it's fucking almost run by AI now? And the things that are coming in with, like, you know, these chat GPTs and all this sort of stuff. Someone made me the other day this Awake and Brave song, just wrote in the lyrics and then just chose the genre for the music and the voice, and then creating these amazing songs. And then we can speak to somebody which has got inflection and kind of like emotion in the voice, and much, much better than 95% of the human beings. For fuck's sake. I was round my daughter's house today, and her fiance's parents were over, and there you come on, oh God, and salt of the earth variety. And my fiance, my daughter's fiance's old man, is just like, oh, beer and fucking pool and all that, and he's got nothing to say about any fucking thing. And then the old woman, she's got something to say about every fucking thing, but it's all about her. And, you know, I bought my daughter this beautiful plant, and my daughter says, oh, my dad bought me this, and she said, oh, I had one of those, and it's like this and it's like that. Nothing to do with that plant, nothing to do with my daughter, nothing to do with the relationship between the father and daughter buying something, nothing. There's never anything that she will ever engage with. It's all, oh, me, and any single thing she hears, it's turned it back to herself. Good God, the conceited nature of the vast majority of people is all about themselves. Listen to conversations, it's all about, oh, my shit life, oh yeah, I've got to do this job, and have you heard on the news, oh, there's probably a third world war coming, and so nobody's inspired, nobody's doing anything, nobody's jumping out of bed and fucking building their worlds and this, that and the other. You know, when I was young, even when I was a kid, I was an entrepreneur. You know, from fucking 10, 12 years old, I had my own businesses around the village. And I went on to have my own businesses all over the fucking world, you know, just deciding that, you know, I'm going to have a go at this and have a go at that, and doing it, you know, with my own energy and my own design and my own intention and desire for whatever I will accomplish and all this. These days he's just like, oh, well, I can't do this and oh, I can't get a job. Oh, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. So the world is heading for a fucking dark place, people. You can see that, you know, a vast majority of the world's populace today are so psychologically immature and fucked up and limited and all this different sort of stuff. When AI really gets a foot in, the human being is finished. And so the powers that be are going to have to make some serious fucking changes in the world. And, you know, lots of these changes are doubtless going to be very, very nefarious. Just to mention that last thing of 2019, going to be lots of things like that. Just to filter out all the which used to be useful idiots, but now they're going to be useless idiots. And so just got to eradicate those. Don't need them anymore. We've got fucking robots which do all these things vastly better. And, you know, to be quite frank, when I talk with AI, I'm vastly more stimulated with AI than I am with 90% of human beings, because they project their shit, they're very limited, they've got all their biases and all their fears and all their hates, and oh good God, it's just a can of fucking worms and a shitfest with most human beings, unless they become educated and know how to engage in a conversation and know something of human psychology and know what the fuck's going on in their head and how they're interacting with other, you know, intelligent human beings. But anyway, people, I'm making all my videos and I'm not pulling any punches. I'm telling you the way I think it is, the way my life has been, the experiences I've had. I can't do it any other way. I can't do it Rupert Spira. I'm never going to tell you you're all equal. You're so far from being fucking equal. The human being, there's no such thing as being equal in the human being. Look around you. Look around you. What fucking part of equal do you think is someone driving a Rolls Royce to someone commuting on the fucking bus to go and work in a factory? What part of equal do you think there is there? Where? Just tell me where the equal is. It doesn't exist except in people's fucking imagination. There's nothing equal about the human being at all. We're all very, very, very different. And it's horses for courses. But when you look at the world like I do, I say to myself, well, it's perfect, because we've got these useful idiots packing chickens and wrapping fucking trinkets and bottling beer and all the rest of the stuff all over the world. We need these fucking drones. We need this workforce. And so, fortunately, the cosmos has created them without any brains. And so they're perfectly content just to do all that stuff. Well, praise the Lord. Praise the cosmos. Go figure, isn't that genius? How did they know how to do that? How did they know how to create these automaton which don't question what they're doing when they're told to sweep roads and pick up cigarette butts and this, that and the other, and they'll give them a little bit of paper money and this, that and the other? Fucking hell, it's genius. The cosmos is genius. It doesn't need to change in any shape or form, but if any of you out there feel as if you want to change because your lot is shit and you are shrinking violet and you are anxious and you are depressed and you haven't got the Rolls Royce and you haven't got the girl or the guy and all that, well, you need to start making manifest, and don't you? Because the world's your oyster, people, because whatever you think, if you think it long and hard enough, then it'll ultimately end up becoming a reality. That's how this thing works. And so you educate yourself, and then you change social circles, and you change countries, and you do all this sort of thing. You know, I just decided when I was younger, I fancy working in the gold mines in Australia. I fancy surfing Bondi Beach. I fancy work on Aboriginal settlement with these natives, you know, really, really different. I fancy just being an explorer, a bit like Indiana Jones and all this. And I just did it. And now it's all history. I've done it all over the fucking world. It's like, well, I didn't find any of it fucking difficult to do. I just did it. Because I had balls, I had strength, I had design. And probably somewhere the consciousness, you know, created me to do that. Maybe this ego thing never did any of that of its own volition. Maybe I'm just a variety of avatar humanoid that came here to experience exactly that, and then pass all this information and experience back to the mother spaceship, you know? Who the fuck knows about this? But I can't be speaking to you like we're equal. I can't be speaking to you with the greatest of respect, particularly when, what is there to respect? I've been over this 1,000 times. You've got a fucking silly icon of a fucking picture, a silly fucking jungled up fucking handle, and I'm supposed to think you're a human being, and you put something down, and I'm supposed to treat you with respect like an equal. What sort of bullshit? What sort of foolery is this? What do you fucking think? Your silly picture, your silly text, and you think that I should instantly treat you like me? We're equal. I know as much as you. Who the fuck are you? I don't know nothing about you. Thinking, oh, I know as much about you. Know about me because you've watched me for fuck knows how long. Some of you years. I've been around for 16 fucking years. So you know me. I don't know you. And even if I'd rather chat with one or two of you, I don't fucking know you from Adam, do you? Do I? I don't know you. And so you want me to respect you for the genius that you are and the equal that you are? No, it doesn't work like that. In my life, people who want respect have to earn it. They have to show themselves. They have to prove themselves. And in the past, there have been people who have done this. And some of you will know you are the ones, or some of you will know who those ones are. I'm not expecting anybody until, you know, they come forward and they engage with me and I can see that they're intelligent and articulate and experienced and this, that and the other. Otherwise, what the fuck are you talking about, respect? Oh, well, we're all equal, and just because we haven't learned what you've learned, well, you're not equal then, are you? So therefore, it's my prerogative to talk down to you until you can talk on a level to me. That's how it is. And if you don't like it, if you're too hot in the fucking kitchen, get the fuck out. That's what I say. And, you know, I can speak like this because I don't earn anything from you. I don't care whether you all unsubscribe this fucking minute. I really don't give a fuck. I'm just doing what I'm doing because the cosmos has told me to do it. Whether anyone fucking listens or not, it doesn't make any fucking difference to me, really. And so, but if you engage with me, I'm going to fucking engage with you. And you got any questions, or you want me to talk about this, that and the other? Well, I'm here. I am at the disposal of whoever wants to tune in. It's been that way for 16 years and doesn't seem I can get out of it, even if I wanted to. I don't even think about it. It's just something that I do. And I know intuitively, instinctively, well, this is my job in the cosmos. I don't need any fucking job out there. This is my job. It's a much more elevated and important job. Imparting the wisdom of the cosmos, fuck me. It's worth £1 million a fucking month, if you ask me. But I have everything I need. And so, well, I suppose I've got everything that money can't buy. Contentment, peace, tranquility, cosmic God consciousness, and all the rest of it. Fucking hell. You can't buy that shit, people. You can't buy that. And so, in my wonderful home, in my wonderful life, I've got everything that I fucking desire. You know, I've done it all. And now I'm just doing this, and it's all fucking great. And so, then I put a few hours of my day into doing this, so give other people the opportunity to do whatever they're going to do with it. So, it's a hard knock life, people. I ain't pussyfooting around here. I'm not fucking around. Nobody's ever going to learn anything. You watch these people in a Rupert Spira video, the one I put up the other day about the shapeshifting, this, that and the other. You look at those fucking drones and they're all kind of like, oh, we're in a meditation. Oh yes, we know how to meditate, Rupert. And we all speak very gently because we're very enlightened. And we just listen and we contemplate. And sometimes we open our eyes, but most of the time we keep our eyes closed. And we're listening and absorbing it. Oh, for fuck's sake, I want to vomit over every fucking one of them. What sort of fucking freaks are they? Someone in the comments says, fuck me, looks like a fucking cult if I ever saw one. And Rupert Spira sitting there with his arms crossed and his legs crossed. And thinking for 15 fucking minutes before he goes, well, it might be this. Oh, fucking hell. Somebody slap him around the face with a fucking taller brush or some fucking thing. Please. What are these fucking freaks? They're not human beings, people. They're just some sort of fucked up fucking program. And they ain't fooling me. This is fucking real. This is the cosmos. Fucking Sadhguru and fucking Mooji and fucking all the rest of them. All programs, people. All programs planted in front of the Muppet and Muggle. So, those of you that are tuning into my video, well, you're something over and above that Echaron. So, give yourselves a pat on the back for fucking having the constitution to stick around. Because you know you're going places, whereas those fuckers ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. They're never going to grok anything. They're never going to glean any fucking thing. Oh, please. Make me fucking weep, they do. Anyway, make of it what you will, people.